Welcome to Warhammer Age of Sigmar. In the battle for the realms of mortals, just killing a monster and taking its stuff is a victory. Watch your back, however, because your buddies think you are the monster. This game includes 168 cards, a game board, 12 character standees, a custom 6-sided die, and these rules: 3 to 6 can play. Now let us begin in setup, and I will introduce my co-host. To set up, each player takes 2 standees in the same color, and chooses one to place in the space. Marked 1. On the game board, the other standee goes in front of the player as a color reminder. Appoint a dealer. Divide the cards into door deck and treasure deck, shuffle both, deal 4 from each deck to each player. Place the remainder of the cards in the appropriate spaces on the game board. The numbered spaces on the board represent your level, and your character goes up or down in level. Move your colored standee accordingly. You can never go below level 1, and once you kill a monster to reach level 10, you win. Now I will introduce my co-host.
You forgot to introduce me. Let's continue with card management. Keep separate face-up discard piles for both decks, and you may not look through these discards unless you play a card that allows you to. When a deck runs out, reshuffle its cards. In play and your hand cards are the 2 primary categories. In play hands are the cards on the table in front of you, showing your army, if any, and the items you are carrying. Continuing curses and some of the cards also stay on the table after you play them. Cards in play are public information. Public information, just to reiterate, and must be visible to the other players. Your hand category of cards are cards in your hand, not in play. They don't help you, but they can't be taken away except by cards that specifically affect your hand. At the end of your turn, you may have no more than 5 cards in your hand. See Charity, page 2. Cards in play may not be returned to your hand. They must be discarded or traded if you want to get rid of them. I will continue with character creation. Everyone starts as a level 1. Take a look at your initial 8 cards. If you have any army cards, you may, if you like, place 1, play it in front of you. If you have any usable items, page 3, you may play them by placing them in front of you. They will then become in-play cards. If you have any doubt about whether you should play a card, you could read below, or you could charge. Just charge ahead and do it.
Yes, charge ahead and do it. Section 3, starting and finishing the game. You've got your standees, you understand the cards in play and in hand. You may have placed a card onto the field. Which was it was? We will decide who goes first by rolling the die. Highest result goes first. Re-roll in case of a tie. Play proceeds in turns, each with several phases. See page 2 for all items or phase. When the first player finishes a turn, the player to the left takes a turn, and so on. To the left takes a turn, and so on. The first player to reach level 10 wins, but you must reach level 10 by killing a monster unless a card specifically allows you to win another way. As a brief aside, we will discuss conflict between cards and rules. Many cards add special rules, so in most cases, when the rule sheet disagrees with the card, follow the card. However, ignoring any card effect that might seem to contradict one of the rules listed below, unless the card explicitly says it supersedes that rule. 1. Nothing can reduce a player below level 1. Although a card may affect a player or monster's combat strength below 1. You go below level after combat only if you kill a monster. You cannot collect rewards for defeating a monster in the middle of combat. You must finish the fight before gaining any rewards. You must kill a monster to reach level 10, and you cannot force another player to help you do it. Any other dispute should be settled by loud arguments with the owner of the game, having the last word. Andrew. if the table can't read consensus. You could also read the Munchkin FAQ or go to the forum. Let's continue with turn phases before I bring my co-host back in, whom I will reintroduce. Turn phases. Your turn begins as soon as the previous player's turn begins. And your cards are arranged the way you want. Go to phase 1. Phase 1 is kick down the door. Draw one card from the door deck and turn it face up. If it is a monster, you must fight it. If confused, see combat on page 3. If the card is a curse, see curses, page 5. It applies to you immediately if it can, and it is discarded unless it has persisting effect, or you keep the card as a reminder for an upcoming effect. If you draw any other card, you may either put it in your hand or play it immediately. 2. Look for trouble or loot in the room. If you fought a monster in phase 1, skip this phase and continue to phase 3. If you did not draw a monster when you first opened the door, you have two choices. Either look around for trouble or loot the room. To look for trouble means to play a monster from your hand and fight it, just as though you had found it when you kicked the door open. Don't play a monster you can't handle, and I shall sure you can count on getting help. Page 4 discusses getting help. Loot the room. Draw the second card from the door deck face down and place it in your hand. 3. Charity. Ah, sweet charity. If you have more than 5 cards in your hand, you must play enough cards to get you to 5 or below. For instance, you can play curses, sell items from your hand, or apply items to the table. If you cannot reduce your hand to 5 cards, or you do not want to, you must give the excess cards to the player with the lowest level. If other players are tied for lowest level, divide the cards as evenly as possible. Of course, it is up to you who gets the biggest sets of leftovers. If you are the lowest or tied for the lowest, discard the excess. As soon as you are finished with charity, the next player's turn begins. I will introduce my co-host. Co-host?
My name is Melvin. Let's continue with character stats. Each character is basically a collection of weapons, armor, and magic items with 2 states. Their stats for their army and their level. For instance, you may describe your character as a level 8 Stormcast Eternal with gumshoes and a hammer blade riding a turbulum. We know about level. You gain a level when you kill a monster or a card says so. You can also sell items to buy levels. You lose a level when a card says you do. Or if you get hit by a curse or some other kind of penalty. Your army? Characters may be Hedonites of the Slaanesh, Idoneth, Moon Clan Gross, Nightmonts, Skaven, or Stormcast Eternals. If you have no army cards in front of you, they just haven't drafted you yet. Each army has special abilities shown in the cards. You gain the abilities of an army the moment you play its card in front of you. And you lose them as soon as you discard that card. See the army cards for when abilities can be used. You can discard an army card at any time, even in combat. I don't want to be a Nighthaunt anymore. When you discard an army card, you become a civilian again until you play another card. You may not belong to more than one army at once unless you play the Alliance card. Alliance. Sweet, sweet Alliance. This card may be played whenever it is legal to play an army card. As long as you have an army to attach it to. You cannot have... wait, Alliance. Sorry, bear with me. Alliance. This card may be played whenever it is legal to play an army card, as long as you have an army to attach it to. You cannot have more than one of the same army and play it once. Level counters. If you have an iOS or Android device. Yes, you like this. It's not cheating unless it's using the rules. Download an Android level counter smartphone app. Search for Munchkin level counting. It gives you personal in-game advantages to make your friends jealous, which is what being a Munchkin is all about. Now back to Alliance. If you play Alliance with a single army, you get all the advantages of being that army. the ability to put army items and monsters and penalties against that army suffer those penalties. None of the disadvantages, monsters, but none of the disadvantages. Monsters do not get bonuses because of your army. The army has an ability that has a cost, however you still have to pay a soldier. If you play Alliance where you have 2 armies, you have all the normal advantages and disadvantages of both armies. Now, Apollo, if you would speak on treasures, items, one-shot treasures, combat, and monsters. I believe you're probably the closest to a monster between the 2 of us. Haha.
Oh. Technical difficulties, I was in the middle of recording. We talked about items, there's some preconditions, yada yada, one big item. There's cheat cards, steeds. You could have a limited number of small items except for 1 armor, 1 pair of footgear, 1 headgear, blah 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 blah. Trading, you may trade your carried items but no other card. With other players, you may not trade any cards from your hand. You may trade at any time except when you or your partner are in combat. Any item you receive in a trade must remain in play. You must also give items away without a trade to bribe other players. I'll give you my battle pass if you won't help Wild fight at Lumish Fanatic. You may show your hand to others, likely to stop you. At any point during your turn, except during combat or running away, you may discard items worth at least 1,000 gold, and immediately go up 1 level. Now value is the same as 0 gold. If you discard, for instance, 1,100, but you don't get change. But if you can manage 2,000 worth, you go 2 levels at once and so on. You may sell items from your hand as well as those you are carrying. You may not sell items to go to level 10, unless you cheat. One-shot treasures, some cards are leveled one-shot. Most of these are used during combat to strengthen the munchkin. All the monsters and may be played from your hand or from the table. Some have other effects, however, so read the card carefully. Discard these cards as soon as the combat is over, their effect is resolved. Once a one-shot is played, it doesn't have an armor, and it isn't a valid target for curses or bad stuff, even if you are still resolving its effect. One-shot cards, with a gold value, can be stolen like other items. Other treasure cards, like upper level, are not items. Most of these cards say when they can be played and whether they stay in play or are discarded. The upper level cards can be played on yourself or any other player at any time. Now, to combat. To fight a monster, compare its battle strength to yours. Combat strength is a total of level plus all modifiers, positive or negative, given by items and other cards. If the monster's combat strength is equal to yours or greater, you lose the combat and must run away. Your combat strength totals more than the monster. If the monster wins tie, you kill it and go up a level. 2 levels for some big monsters. You also get a number of treasures shown in this card. Sometimes a card will let you get rid of big monsters without killing it. It is still winning, but you don't get a level unless the card says otherwise. You don't get treasures either. Last card, monster. Last monster is removed from combat, it ends instantly. Interfering. You can interfere with combat and others in several ways. You may use a one-shot card to strengthen a monster, or even end the combat. You may enhance the monster, or you may add another monster from your hand to join the combat. Either the Wandering Monster card will be using special undead or chaos rules. Custom, if you have a custom. Some monsters have special powers that affect the bonus against a particular army. Be sure to check these. Okay, now we have monsters, monster enhancement, fighting multiple monsters, asking for help, rewards, runaway, death, and curses. That would be all. Many more things to discuss, but I'm joining on.
You forgot to introduce me again. Well, I guess technically it will be introducing me more, but yes, let's finish. We talked about combat, we talked about monsters. We can enhance monsters, you can put other monsters into combat. We have a good example of combat, which we should use. Let's discuss this. Ian is a level 4 Stormcaster Eternal with the God of Mirage, which gives him a +6 to his combat strength, +5 from the weapon, and 1 from his armor. He kicks open a door and finds Manfred von Kartestein, a level 10 undead monster. Unfortunately, it's 10 PM, so Manfred has an extra +5 for a total of 15. Ian is losing badly. Ian, time for some liquid courage. Ian. He plays Battle Brew and declares he's taking 2 drinks, giving him +6 for this fight, but imposing -2 to run away. Now his combat strength is 16, beating Manfred. Ian says, back to the abyss, whence you spawned, failed empire. Steve says, bad news, mate. There's a command model. Steve plays command model. Oh, Steve is interfering. Steve plays command model, adding 10 to Manfred's combat strength. Now Ian is losing 25 to 16. Ian says, buy the hammer. Steve asked, would you want some help? Steve is playing level 6 Moonclad Brot, who has no equipment. But 2 other players are also Moonclad Brots, giving Steve a 6 plus bonus for his army, combined being 16. Their total bonus is 25, enough to beat Manfred's 25. Ian says, not when I could just unbind. So Ian plays unbind, removing the command model monster enhancer and dropping Manfred's combat strength back to 15. Steve says, that's all I had. Ian says, I'm killing this foul abomination if no one objects. No one says anything, so Ian goes up a level and claims Manfred's 3 treasures in the game. He tried to interject because he wanted some treasure. Okay, asking for help, blah blah blah. If you cannot win, you may ask others to help you. If he refuses, you may ask another, and so on until they all turn you down with someone helps. Now, you probably have a bribe to help someone, yes. There's other things here, but you're getting long in the tooth. Rewards, when you kill a monster, you get 1 noble unless the monster says otherwise, blah blah blah. If no one will help you, or if someone tries to help you and your party members interfere, so the 2 of you still cannot win, you must run away. You don't get any levels of treasure. You don't even get to loot the room, and you always escape unharmed. You escape on 5 or more. Some treasures make it harder or easier to run away. If you fail to run away, it does bad stuff to you, described on the card. This may result vary from losing an item to losing 1 or more levels, to death, see below. If you're fleeing from multiple monsters, you roll separately to escape each one. If 2 players are cooperating and still can't defeat the monster, they must both run away. They roll separately for each monster and whatever they order they like. They cannot decide. Roll the die. The highest roller decides who runs away first. The monsters can't catch them both. Once you've resolved all runaway rolls, discard the monsters. Now, it's important, I think, that Apollo speak on death and curses. And we'll finish with our introduction on Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
Sweet charity, sweet combat, sweet death, sweet curses. Or sweet curses and sweet death thereby. If you die, you lose all your stuff. You keep your army eases and level, and any curses that were affecting you when you died. Your new character will look just like the old one. If you have an alliance, you'll keep that as well. If you die, you don't have to run away. Small comfort. Lay out your hand beside your cards you have in play. If you have an item attached to cheat card, separate those cards, starting with the player with the highest level. Everyone else chooses 1 card. In case it ties in level, roll a die. Once everyone gets 1 card, discard the rest. If your corpse runs out of cards, though, looted cards go into the player's hands. Starting with the player with the highest level, everyone chooses 1 card. In case it ties, another roll a die. Once everyone gets 1 card, discard the rest. Okay. Dead characters cannot receive cards for any reason, or not even charity, and cannot level up for winning the game. When the next player begins their turn, your newly revived character appears, and you can help others in combat with your level and army abilities, but you have no cards unless you receive charity or gifts from other players. On your next turn, start by drawing 4 face-down cards from each deck and find any legal cards you want to, just as when you started. Then take your turn normally, but you cannot win. Curses, if drawn face up, during the kickdown phase applied to the person who drew it. If acquired some other way, such as looting a room, curse cards go in your hands, and may be played on any other at any time. Reducing someone's abilities just as he has killed a monster. Thanks, he may kill a monster is allowed. Usually a card affects its victim immediately, and then is discarded. However, some curses give a penalty later in the game, or have a continuing effect. If someone else plays the next combat, your next combat person will roll any combat that counts in that combat. Same is true for your next turn. Next turn, The same is true for your next turn. Curse play during your turn. Present. If a curse applies to one or more, apply if... this is done. Merlin, can you please finish?
Oh, you'd like me to finish? I can speak on curses. Well, it sounds like you may have gotten a tongue tie. Yes. So then, if a curse can apply to more than one item, the victim decides which item is lost or cursed. If a curse applies to something you don't have in wallet. For instance, if you draw, we both must have this tongue tie. If you draw, lose your armor and have no armor, nothing happens, discard the card. There will be times when it will help you to play a curse or monster on yourself, or to put help another player in a world costing treasure. This is very much can you do it. Thank you. That should be all. I'm Merlin.
Yes, and I'm Apollo. The game was developed by Andrew Hackett, based on Steve Jackson's Munchkin and Warhammer Age of Sigmar for Games Workshop. It's been illustrated by John Kovelik. Thank you. And above all, have fun. And don't die.